Good morning. Our 33rd Sunday in Ordinary Time. From the book of Proverbs. When one finds a worthy wife, her value is far beyond pearls. Her husband, entrusting his heart to her, has an unfailing prize. She brings him good and not evil all the days of her life. She obtains wool and flax and works with loving hands. She puts her hands to the distaff and her fingers ply the spindle. She reaches out her hands to the poor and extends her arms to the needy. Charm is deceptive and beauty fleeting. The woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Give her a reward for her labors. Let her works praise her at the city gates. The word of the Lord. From Paul's first letter to the Thessalonians. Concerning times and seasons, brothers and sisters, you have no need for anything to be written to you. For you yourselves know very well that the day of the Lord will come like a thief at night. When people are saying peace and security, then sudden disaster comes upon them, like labor pains upon a pregnant woman. They will not escape. But you, brothers and sisters, are not in darkness, for that day to overtake you like a thief. For all of you are children of the light and children of the day. We are not of the night or of the darkness. Therefore let us not sleep as to the rest do, but let us stay alert and sober. The word of the Lord. The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. Jesus told his disciples this parable. A man going on a journey called in his servants and entrusted his possessions to them. To one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, to a third 1, to each according to his ability. Then he went away. Immediately the one who received the 5 talents went and traded with them, made another 5. Likewise the one who received 2 made another 2. But the man who received 1 went off and dug a hole in the ground and buried his master's money. After a long time the master of those servants came back and settled accounts with them. The one who had received 5 talents came forward, bringing the additional 5. He said, Master, you gave me 5 talents. See, I have made 5 more. His master said to him, Well done, my good and faithful servant. Since you are faithful in small matters, I will give you great responsibilities. Come, share your master's joy. Then the one who had received 2 talents also came forward and said, Master, you gave me 2 talents. See, I have made 2 more. His master said to him, Well done, my good and faithful servant. Since you were faithful in small matters, I will give you great responsibilities. Come share your master's joy. Then the one who had received the 1 talent came forward and said, Master, I knew you were a demanding person, harvesting where you did not plant, gathering where you did not scatter. So out of fear I went off and buried your talent in the ground. Here it is back. His master said to him in reply, You wicked, lazy servant. You knew that I harvest where I did not plant and gather where I did not scatter. Should you not then have put my money in the bank, so that I could have got it back with interest on my return? Now then, take the talent from him and give it to the one with 10. For to everyone who has, more will be given. He will grow rich. But from the one who has not, even what he has will be taken away. And throw this useless servant into the darkness outside, where there will be wailing and grinding of teeth. The Gospel of the Lord. I had an opportunity to read in some spots that stated the talent that Matthew speaks about in his gospel. 1 talent is equal at that time to 10 years' wages. So what the master gave to those servants was not $1.50. It was quite an extensive amount of money because he trusted them. He hoped that they would put it together and do something more with what he gave them. They all did except one who wasn't able to. Sometimes I wonder how that one was. Maybe the others had support, and they worked with that support. The third one had no one. And out of fear, he simply didn't use the talents that were given to him. I ask us all to take a look at ourselves and take a look at the talents that God gives each of us, how we use them, where we use them, and when. Children and grandchildren need more than anything to have support from their family and friends. The loved ones need to encourage them even when they fail. Don't let them get down. Don't let them decide, I'm useless, I can't do anything. Give them the strength, the courage, the love, the support they need. That would be important. I found some of these also. A pastor visiting one of the eldest members of the parish on her 90th birthday asked her what one thing she had learned in all those years. She said, tell them a rich life is one that ends without regrets. Beware for the most stubborn regrets at the end of life. It's not those things that you did that you wish you had not done. It's the things you will regret are those things you did not do that you wish to God you had done. Another one. He had 2 failures in business, 8 defeats at various runs for public office, a nervous breakdown, the loss of a sweetheart to death. Yet all that never stopped Abraham Lincoln from becoming president of the United States. Another one. What would cause a person to continue studies in science after being labeled a misfit by his teachers and abnormal even by his parents because he had not learned to read by the age of 9? What would make a person persevere after miserably failing his college entrance exams? None of these obstacles deterred the man the world will come to know as Albert Einstein. Pope John the 23rd, in some articles I read, was elected Pope because none of them thought that he would do anything. He was quite a humble and simple man. And so they put him in, figuring he would sit on the throne and do nothing. He served as Pope from 1958 to 1963. By the time he died, he had begun Vatican II, which to this day is still changing the Catholic Church, even though sometimes we don't pay attention to it. And his motto always, every day, now I begin. Each day was an opportunity to begin the week of the Lord once again. We need to live each day as the first day and the greatest day of our lives. Begin again. Find new ways to live and bring the light of Christ to others. God bless. Husband and wife talking. The wife turns to her husband and says, what would you do if I ever win the lottery? Husband looks at her. He says, I'd take half and leave you. She says, I hit yesterday. She hands him $10 and says, goodbye. Have a good week, everyone. God bless.